A very good morning to you all who joined in. On behalf of Greentree Global and Siemens, I'd like to welcome you all to the introductory session on the certificate course in Infra 4.0. My name is Donna and I will be your host for this session. A few instructions before we begin. Firstly, please know that you have joined in via audio so you can clearly hear the webinar. Secondly, a humble request to please switch off your video and mute your audio. Thirdly, if in case you have any queries during the session, I request you to please send all your questions to chat platform and all your questions will be answered in the Q&A section. All right. As we all know, we are going through a pandemic that has put a lot of strain on our personal and professional lives. With respect to that, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you all for joining in this webinar. I do hope you are all safe and taking the necessary precautions. With regards to our webinar, it will help you learn about the certificate course on Infra 4.0 directly from our experience team. Additionally, it will give you an approach on new age concepts for design and case studies for deeper insights. I would like to take this opportunity to highlight a few things about Greentree Global and the work we do in our field. First of all, let's speak about this initiative. Now, this initiative is a collaboration between Siemens and Greentree. All right. Siemens has an academy called Siemens Power Academy, and Greentree has an academy called GT Academy. To begin with, we first speak about. Give me one second. Let me tell you a bit about Greentree Global. We started in 2009, and over the years, our company has provided a lot of assistance and services under firstly, advisory services where we speak of energy efficiency, the use of renewable energy, CSR activities and various others. Secondly, sustainable design and implementation where we've covered building certifications, audits and ESCOs. Thirdly, products and solutions where we provide energy management solutions for both residential and commercial projects. And lastly, skill development, where we provide customized training program for students as well as commercial professionals. On that note, I'd like to introduce you to the GT Academy. An initiative by Greentree Global to help students and professionals gain hands-on experience on best industry practices. We offer courses based on the current and future industrial requirements. The courses over time encompass every domain associated with sustainability, architecture, building performance, energy efficiency, planning, engineering, research, technology, and design. We have designed the courses to highlight the basic fundamentals, application, and integration of every subject in the above verticals. Next, I'd like to tell you a bit about the course completion methodology of the GT Academy. Firstly, one would require to register for the course. Secondly, attend all lectures. Thirdly, after passing all quizzes and submission of all lecture feedbacks, and once passing an end assessment and submitting the course feedback, your course will be completed. Now, I'd like to introduce our next speaker. Sandeepji, if you can just have an introduction. Dhruv, if you mind, could you please share your screen?
Yes, so I think before we move ahead, let's take a minute or two to also introduce the learning platform, the learning platform that we are launching with respect to the joint collaboration between Siemens and so maybe I'd like to spend a minute or two here, and I would like to understand from people, so the students who are participating. So all of us know about the brand Siemens, right? So how many of you are familiar with the brand Greentree or GT Academy? Is there anyone who has already heard this name? So GT Academy is actually a learning initiative of Green Tree Global carved out last year. And Siemens Power Academy is a similar training and learning initiative of Siemens India. So GT and Siemens Academy, as my colleague Donna explained, they have joined hands together for this new virtual learning initiative. So just a minute, I'll also put my slide on. Can everyone see my screen now, Donna? Can you see it?
Yes, your screen is visible. Yes.
Right. So this course on smart infrastructure 4.0, we have launched it together with Siemens Power Academy. And this is one of the new initiatives of GT Academy, when we are trying to address the gaps in skill sets in the area of energy efficiency and infrastructure. So we are targeting some specific areas through this initiative. For example, we are targeting digitalization of protection systems, we are targeting smart grids, we are targeting energy efficiency in buildings, and we are also targeting electric vehicle charging infrastructure through this initiative. Now, the objective of this initiative is to develop skills at the root level, at the grassroots level, for targeted towards, say, students who are either pursuing their bachelor's degree or pursuing their master's degree, or even students who are early stage professionals, but they're looking to boost their careers by means of extra skills. So, just to give you a background, last year we had completed some training programs for certified energy managers and auditors, wherein we trained around 2,700 of them, and basically upskilled them with the latest techniques and technologies in the energy space. So this was done in collaboration with Bureau of Energy Efficiency and NPC. So apart from this, I think some of you might have also attended our training courses which were hosted earlier, maybe green building services, maybe energy simulation, maybe daylight simulation, or similar courses. So this year, in collaboration with the SEEM, Society of Energy Engineers and Managers, we've also carried out a training program for aspiring energy auditors and managers. So roughly 200, more than 200 participants is what we've trained. So they're all going to sit for their examinations this year, which is scheduled for December 2020. To hope they're all kind of hoping that they'll be able to crack the examinations. So that's a little bit of background about Green Tree Global and the initiative that we are rolling out together with Siemens here. On that note, I think I will invite now the Siemens team to kind of run us through the details of the course, the Smart Infrastructure 4.0 course that we have specially curated for you. And then in the latter part of the of the session, we will also take up your queries with respect to the course content, details, the placement, or the career opportunities, and all that. So I think the Siemens team, I invite you guys to take over the presentation and run us through the course details.
Yeah, thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, Donna. Good morning, everyone. This is Mangesh Patil from Siemens. I am taking care of technical sales of services as well as Power Academy. So basically, I want to ask the questions to everyone. Do you know what Siemens is doing and what actually Siemens does? So anybody knows anything about Siemens? What Siemens is doing in India? Okay, thank you, Girish. So many of have studied in history that Siemens has set up the first telegraph line between London and Calcutta in 1867. And since you are not aware what are the other portfolios, you might be knowing that Siemens has and home appliances like uh, uh, washing machines, like telephones and other. But Siemens is way more expanded in globally with other products and softwares and everything. Siemens has 22 factories located all over country in India, We have 8 centers of competence, 11 R&D centers, and nationwide sales service network. And Siemens in India is divided into gas and power, smart infrastructure, digital industries. We have a presence in our mobility, we have presence in renewable, and we are a pioneer in healthiness. So today we are a part of smart infrastructure division, and in smart infrastructure we are part of DG, where we have a power academy as our portfolio, where we train our customers and our employees. And now we are extending arm to train students of college and universities as well as the teachers. So coming back to smart infrastructure, Donna, next slide. So these are the 5 global mega trends which are changing the market, which is the urbanization. A holistic approach of energy efficiency, sophisticated technology are the key factors to reduce emission, energy usage of the cities, especially by traffic. You see all the factors are driving our technology. A demographic change, increasing population, life expectancy leads to higher energy consumption, demanding a reliable, safe energy supply worldwide. You all need uh, reliable energy sources. Like we are working from home right now, and we do not want uninterrupted power supply. So we require energy efficient supply worldwide. And globalization, with increasing world trade costs, energy, fuel increase contributed by logistic companies. The next is digitalization, uh, the rapid increase in generating data. Data is the biggest asset right now, as every IT companies are following. And second is the climate change. So we have a global impact. Everybody is protesting for the climate change, reducing CO2 footprints. Yeah, these are the 5 mega trends which are changing the world right now. Next slide, Donna. You see the picture that 10 billion people by 2050 will be moving to cities. So just I will share the examples of the most important cities which are moving towards now. We are doing our lectures and classes, meetings on online. Why? What is the need? It was really necessary, but it is now we are doing. And due to the applications what we have in present in our system, those are helping us to connect with within the teams and within the professor and within our colleagues. There is a needs. There is a need for uninterrupted power, reliable power, and the buildings and energy systems, buildings and industries will play a major role in changing these things. Next slide, Donna. So just you look at the picture, uh, the energy system back in the day, before some 10 years back or 5 years back, the energy system, energy we get was only from the thermal power station or power stations like nuclear or thermal. And we were completely dependent on this generating station only. If something happens to the power station, then we used to have a major electricity failure. But now on today and future, the things will be changed. Next slide, Donna. Yeah, yeah. You see, there is a power station. There are renewable sources like windmills, solar system. The energy is distributed, decentralized, There is an increasing focus of decentralized generation, storage of electricity, where at multiple local sites, including buildings, community, and industries, generates and manage their own electricity. So we are not only the consumers, we are producers and also consumers. So we can call ourselves as a prosumers. This is intelligent distributed energy management interconnected through microgrid. This system, what a DG portfolio does is we connect all the electricity grids and give a reliable and efficient energy sources. Next slide. Yeah, these were the buildings back 10 years or back 15 years of today. The building was only supplied power through either a generator or by electricity grid. But now buildings are become intelligent. Buildings have microcontrollers where everything is controlled through app or PMS systems, integrated systems. We have intelligent lighting. We have multiple power supplies. So these are the concept coming in upcoming years, and we have to be future ready for this type of upcoming solutions. Next slide. And most important, buildings are becoming the active part of the energy system. Since, as I told, 70% will be living in the cities, and buildings will become more smarter. As of today, we should be ready with the knowledge and the concepts of these systems in future. That's all from my side. My colleague Arul will continue on this topic.
Yeah, thanks, Mangesh. Thanks for great explanations. You don't know. Could you please move to the next slide? So this is what Mangesh already explained it. It's actually part of the building technology. So let's move to that Siemens digital grid. So here, the topic is mainly related with the grid side. What sort of solutions we have, on what sort of products we have, and as per that global changes, means the energy system changes or the recent technologies related requirements, what actually uh, means what kind of solutions we are introducing day by day. Okay, let's have the pillar of that vertical one by one in the coming slides. Yeah, don't know. Move to the next slide. Yeah. So these are all that factors. Means there are different the requirements and the solutions we have to actually produce for all those things. And you know that when we are developing some digitalization related solution, the security is one of the key concerns. So whenever we are developing any new solutions or new software, new product, and we have to focus on that security aspect as well. So these are the key factors. You could able to see that. Uh, so let me just show the actual product related portfolio in the next slides. No, no, move to the next slides. Yeah. So when we talk about the digital grid, these are the key services which we are delivering to the globe. First one is consulting and services for any sort of grid related topic. The next one is as per that the global change or power system related changes requirement, we have to focus on that the software development aspects. So we are frequently generating that multiple grid software which could help to the grid people to understand that system related issues, and also it will help them to finalize or to find the solution as earliest as possible. The next one is grid automations and products. Yeah. this is mainly related with our protection devices and how effectively we could able to control the grids through our automation solutions. Next slide. So this is our protections devices, and we, as a Siemens, we have a three major family. One is Protect 4, and currently we have launched the Protect 5 family, and we have our Siemens Railroad families as well. And these products are has its unique advantages in terms of protections related algorithms. Like it's very reliable algorithms. It has been working in all over the globe in several years. So, so we know that from the protection aspects, if there is any fault, so the fast of the operation is much more important. So these devices are equipped with means fast as well as secure manner of the operations. If there is any fault happen in the specific grid, only we have to isolate that specific grid only instead of affecting the complete grid to make that grid collapse. So the selectivity of the function is more important in terms of protection devices. So these devices are well equipped for that. Next slide. This is our automation portfolio. Mainly it used to mention like CCAM automations solutions. So here we have different solution like automation solution like a tube based solution, CCAM based solutions. Generally, it used to communicate with all the production devices which will be or which is already installed in that respective substation, and it used to collect all the important informations. Like if there is any fault happen at that specific bay or specific control room, and they don't want to go and do the communication with the devices by friend port, or they don't want to actually visit the respective panel. So instead of that, all that respective information will be collected by this automation tool, and it will show all the information so that the controller room people could able to easily recognize it what actually happened and what is that fast remedial action for that. And when we talk about that automation things, as I previously told, security topic is much more important. So that's why we are launching some data related security in terms of cyber security solutions. So this is the actual architecture, how it looks like. The field input used to transfer to the respective IDs, then the communication will be established at station level, then all over the informations will be transferred to the respective control center. So each and every layer has its own advantages. Yeah, I don't know. Next slide. Yes. So when we talk about the protocol aspects in the vertical side, from that field information, field equipments like CT and PT, the respective measurements will be transferred to that the initial merging unit devices through 9-2 protocol, IEC 61850 9-2 protocol. So that is the process for standard. From that, that information will be transferred through IEC 61850 up to station level. Then from station level to control center, it may be placed with 104 and 103 as well. Yeah, I don't know. Next slide. And this is one of the key informations. So nowadays, we require that solution, or we would like to uh, avoid that the maximum outages time. So for that, the handling of the data, it's very much important. And now through these cloud-based solutions, we are introduced the cloud-based solutions in the Siemens, and it is mainly related with IoT platforms. So through these cloud-based solutions, the respective operator, even if he stays at somewhere else out of that control room, still he could able to collect all the information through his mobile itself, and he could able to directly give that instruction to the control room people. And nowadays, there are more secure operations also possible through the respective authorized access. So the ultimate thing is we have to avoid that outages duration, and effectively we have to handling that the grid operations. So that's why data are more important nowadays. So we can simply say that data is the future. Next slide, Dono. And this is the structure of the data, how we have to actually handle it. So generally, like to collect the data, then we have to segregate it, like what sort of data we have to use for to understand the issues, then what sort of the data is required to optimizing that solutions. So these are like some key information about that data. Next slide, Donna. So here it is like, so initially we were seeing that the left side verticals, now the same vertical will be merged with that cloud-based solutions. So through cloud, we can make even different sort of applications as well. So like through that application, even the customers or the respective operators could able to interact with their system more effective manner. So this is based on that IoT connectivity through cloud solutions. Next slide. So this is a thing, when we talk about that more flexibility on the digitalization side, the data security is more important. It's more and more important. Maybe most of you know that the recently there was attack happened at Ukraine, that some of that cyber security means cyber threat has happened at one of this grid, and due to that the complete grid got collapsed. So that is why we are introducing that the security aspects patches in each and every solution of us. So it will validate that whether they are the right authenticated user or not. So first it will validate it, then it will give that means access to that the respective request. So we have multi-layers checks on that. So next slide. So this is a MindSphere related solutions. Yeah, this is mainly related with the cloud, which we recently discussed it. So this has that mainly four solution. Like one is Ciprotech dashboard, then PQ advisor, then CCAM localizer, and CCAM navigator. So CCAM dashboard, it's like it used to collect that the respective grid related ID informations at local session level to control center level. Then it will be transferred to the cloud. From the cloud, that respective authenticated persons could able to monitor everything through their mobile itself. For example, if there is any disturbances happened at night 11 or 12 o'clock, even the operator could able to easily judge it, and even the respective data will be transferred. It's not only that which protection got ripped, and when it could able to show that what sort of fault happened exactly and where is the location, and all those necessary information will be transferred in first information itself. It will reduce lots of time. So same secure advisor and SICAM localizer, it used to focus on the localizing the fault structures. Next slide, Donna. And so this is a, I could say that one of the recent and magical solution. I can simply say that because this solution named as a digital twin. So this solution is incorporated with our latest product, which is called Dixie 5 platform. So the thing is like generally as an electrical engineer, if you want to do some sort of protection simulations or do some testing, and actually we require some devices in front of us. So through that device, we could able to do the simulation by using any secondary test kits at all. But this solution provide like we could able to visually create the devices. So like by sitting at our home office, you could able to build a complete architecture of the substations, and we could able to make a simulation on it. So yeah, it has amazing feature. So I could say that these are one of the great and latest solutions from our side. So the name itself defines a digital twin. So the virtual devices is actually twin of the original device. So again, it has that own advantages. So like from the engineering side, without the hardware, we could able to see what sort of solution will be apt for that future substation requirement, and whether my design solution is compatible or not. All those things we could able to easily understand, or we can easily simulate it over there. Next slide. So that's it from our end. So these are the key factor what we are actually doing on the digital grade and our protection and automation solutions. Over to you, Donna.
Thank you so much, Arulji and Mangeshi. That was an extremely informative session. I'd like to share my screen now and also give me one moment. All right. Is my screen visible, Dhruv?
Yes, it is.
All right, fine. Now I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce Mr. Dhruv Jain. He's the director of our company, Green Tree Global. He's experienced professional with 11 years of experience in the engineering industry. Mr. Jain is responsible for the business expansion of Green Tree in the western and southern part of the country. He has also been instrumental in driving newer initiatives like market research and energy monitoring solutions in the organization. I'd like to introduce you and welcome you, Mr. Jain.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you for the introduction. In fact, I already interacted with participants in the beginning of the session. So, but anyways, thank you for the introduction once again. So what we've all now seen in the presentation that was shared by colleagues from Siemens is the portfolio covering the variety of products and solutions in the smart grid and the digitalization space that Siemens offers. So it is just a glimpse of the services and portfolios which are available in the market, and these are some of the areas also where the engineers of today are working in the industry. These are some of the newer areas in which people are working on in the industry. So the question is, what is in it for us as students or as early stage professionals? So the answer is, we are offering or we are showing these slides to you just to showcase what are the different type of technologies and platforms and developments which are taking place in the electrical industry. This industry was supposed to be a very old industry, being a core industry, and so to say non-glamorous industry, but the times have changed. So you have seen how IoT and cloud have kind of integrated into the electrical solutions as well. So when we saw the portfolio that was shared by Siemens colleagues, now the question is, do we understand how these products work? Do we understand the interfaces? Do we understand how the whole ecosystem works? How connected buildings work? How smart buildings are developed and designed? So the answer is, this is the codes that we are floating now, which is what we are also showing on the screen. So the idea essentially is to help all of us to understand how these things actually work. What are the technicalities behind all these things that we discussed? How do you actually design such ecosystems or building energy systems? How do you optimize your building energy consumptions? How do you design protection systems, and how do you understand them? It's a special course for these all new subjects that we've designed, because most of them are not offered in the colleges. And the idea is, by the time you graduate out of your colleges, or if some of you have already graduated, if you're looking for opportunities, so these kind of subjects will help you be ready for the job from day one. So that is the objective, and that's what we're trying to do here, is to basically upgrade the skill set and the knowledge of all the stakeholders in the ecosystem. So this is a 3-month course that we are floating. I mean, it is just one of the several initiatives that we have planned together with Siemens. But this course is a 3-month course. The topic is Infrastructure 4.0. We are going to be covering a variety of topics ranging from smart grids is what we saw, smart substations, high performance buildings, and the subjects or the course modules, there are 6 in total. The first one is digitalization in protection systems. Second is design of digital substations. Third is we are also going to cover basics of power systems. Then basics of energy management. This is also something which is related to the energy auditors and energy managers. Some of you might be taking up those examinations also in the future. So basics is what we will be covering. Next is EV charging infrastructure, electric vehicles. The last one is designing high performance buildings. When we say high performance, we are essentially looking at energy efficient buildings, which are also known as green buildings. So it's a 3-month course. The best part is, although we have online sessions in current times, but these sessions are going to be supplemented with remote hands-on trainings in simulated environments. So which means we're going to be working on softwares, we're going to learn the real product usage through simulations. And there is also a factory visit which can be done remotely. So we will also be able to see how the products are manufactured in the assembly line and what are the various steps involved in manufacturing of a product. So it's a 3-month course. The course fee will it help us? It will help us in 2 ways. One is it will help us get a deeper understanding of the subject and the topics which are prevalent in the industry. So a lot of what we read in our colleges, study in our colleges, a lot of us feel that it is not connected to what we do when we go out in the industry. So this is exactly the objective. We have to bridge the gap between what we study, which is more of on a basic level, and we have to apply that knowledge now to be able to cater to the requirements of the industry. So this course is offered directly in collaboration with the industry leader. I would say Siemens is the industry leader in this space. So they have designed this course especially keeping in mind that you guys can be on the job after you complete these kind of training programs. So that's one. The second is you can also look at upgrading your skill set, and you can look at opportunities which you have not been able to hitherto tap them because of skill gap. So these are the 2 advantages. One is deeper knowledge level. Second is, of course, broader career opportunities. So that's what we feel is the advantage of these courses, and they can help you in your career going forward. So on that note, I think I will hand it over to Bernard to take over the discussions in the last leg, where we will also be inviting the participations from you guys, your question and answers from you guys in terms of specific queries that you might have on the content. So the Siemens team will be available for answering all your queries related to the content. And if you have any questions with respect to the course modalities, we can also take them up now. So thank you, Donna, and thank you everyone for the patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Dhruv. I'd like to invite all the participants now to please submit your questions on the chat platform. If not, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask your questions as well. Does anyone have a question? All right, I'll request the panel to please unmute yourselves. So Arulji, Mangeshji, and Dhruv, you can unmute yourselves for the questions. Firstly, the question is, what are the prerequisites or qualifications required to take up this course?
All right, I'll take this one.
All right.
So by the way of this course, we are targeting students who are primarily doing their engineering. They could be an undergrad student or a bachelor's student or a master's student in electrical and electronics or instrumentation field. So if you are an engineer and you are pursuing any of these subjects in any of these years, so the course is relevant for you, it's useful for you. There are no specific prerequisites or kind of qualification criteria. As long as it is relevant to you, or even if it is of interest to you, so you can take up the course.
All right. Another question is, are there any courses for mechanical or the maintenance stream?
So I'll take this one as well, Donna. So for mechanical, I would say this course is more oriented towards the electrical stream. However, for mechanical stream, we have other courses, as I mentioned earlier in our presentation, that we have some courses on energy simulations and daylight simulations. So energy simulation, for example, involves a lot of work around building components which are electrical as well as mechanical. For example, if you look at HVAC systems, and so these kind of courses you can also sign up. I mean, this information also we will share it with you later on. It's not this course, but there are other courses that you can sign up for and which can also be relevant for students from mechanical background.
Does anyone else have more questions?
So there are fewer questions. Does it mean that all of us are clear with what we are presenting?
All right. Girish has asked one question. All right. Girish, I will answer this question over chat. He's asking regarding a green buildings course to prepare for a lead or an IGBC exam. Is there anyone have any other question regarding the session?
Mangesh, anything that you would like to add from your side for the students and the participants on this call with respect to the course or the prospects?
Yeah, Dhruv. The courses we have designed especially for students, uh, which they can be industry ready and they can face some government interviews, or they can crack some uh, exams like for power grids uh, or NTPC if they are selected through for the interview. So this type of the information and this type of knowledge will always be plus point for the interviews in companies like Siemens.
Right. Just one more question, sir. Can this be applied to other fields and not only buildings? Is a question.
I think Dhruv, you can answer this.
So I think we very clearly mentioned that when we talk about these kind of solutions, it's not only building but also industries that we are going to cover. For
Yeah.
example, you talk about digital protection systems and substations. So they're not really buildings. Protection systems are installed in all the industries that you can imagine and think of. You can think of a textile plant, a chemical plant, a food and beverage plant, a bottling plant, any kind of plant, an automotive plant, a car factory, anything that you can imagine works on some electrical equipments will have these kind of protection systems integrated into their manufacturing processes. So this is something which does not apply only to buildings. Some part of it, yes, when we talk about designing high performance buildings, it applies to buildings only. But when we talk about the other bits and pieces of the course, which are related to protection systems and substations and energy management, so they are more general in nature and they apply to all the industries that you can imagine.
Yeah, as told earlier, Dhruv, our applications are used throughout the world for from utilities, industries, from pharma industry, from heavy metals, oil and gas. Everywhere our presence is there. So, so this will be helpful. These courses will be helpful for every part, not only for buildings. The building is just one part of this course, but our applications are used throughout the industry.
Just one more question. Would the course cover aspects of any energy policy or regulations?
I'll take that. So the answer is yes. When we are going to cover the basics of energy management, we're also going to look at why these energy management practices are required, and which is where the energy policy or energy action codes will come into picture. So we'll also be covering a little bit about the background on the Energy Conservation Act, the energy policies in place, and how energy management can be taken up in industries or buildings.
All right. Does anyone have any more questions? All right. I will just ask the speakers if there's anything else you would like to cover at this point.
Donna, maybe this is Vishwas. Sorry, I could not join because of other
Not an issue.
assignments.
Not an issue. So welcome, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So I like to thank you all of students first of all, and I hope my colleagues has gone through the different courses which Siemens is providing. The main intention of this course is to make the student ready for industry. I mean, the practical experiences or the practical scenarios is whenever the students are coming into the industries like Siemens or L&T, ABB or Schneider, first 2 years they are spend almost on the learning what's going on in the industry or what is this applications, or whether they should go into sales, they should go into the service, or they should be into the SCM business role or sales business role. So they're a little bit confusion still they complete their college sides. So these things, that's why we decided to we will walk through you along with when you are in third year or fourth year, and then you will get a flavor of industry, and then you can also choose your career accordingly. So whether you wanted to become a data scientist, what are the scope in industry for the data scientist, or what are the courses of energy in the energy management, or what are the courses of in the different means of industries, or what are the courses of in the as a sales executive, what will be the benefits to me. Yeah. So the idea is to give you the flavor of industry, also get an actual exposure of industry, what exactly happening and where you wanted to pursue your career in future. So that was the intention. Siemens is come up with the courses along with the Green Tree, and I wish all of you to utilize this best possible offerings from the industry, so that it will be beneficial for you for your future career as well. So that's all from my side. I wanted to say to all students who are joined here, so that we will love to hear from you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Vishwasji. Thank you so much. I would again ask students, if you have any questions, all right, you can always write to me on training@greentree.global, or the WhatsApp number that is given on your screen right now. I have already started a WhatsApp chat with you all. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send it to me. I will make sure all your questions are answered as soon as possible. All right. On that note, I would like to thank all our speakers for the day. Dhruvji, Sandeep, Arulji, Mangeshji, and Vishwasji, thank you so much. The session has been extremely informative. And furthermore, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our participants for joining in. We hope this has been a good session for you all. All right. If you guys have any queries, as I said, send it to either of the platforms I have shared on the screen. On behalf of the Siemens team and the Green Tree Global team, I would again like to say thank you for joining him. Please stay home and stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone. Thank you,
Yeah.
Vishwas.
Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.